Okay, so you want to put these on? And good afternoon. How are we doing out there, Long Island? Thank you for tuning in to the Financial Chick Show today. I am your host, Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions. Your financial chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you want to learn more about me and my firm, check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We're also on Facebook at Diversified Financial Solutions, so like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. So I'm happy to have a guest with me here today in the studio. We are going to talk about a topic that affects everyone at some point in their lives, real estate. So please welcome Sandra Caravano. How are you, Sandra?
I'm good, Denise. How are you? Thank you so much for having me on your show.
No problem. I'm pleased to have you. I have to say, we met through Power of Women Exchanging Resources, the nonprofit that I founded way back in the day. And, one of the things I do offer to all the Power Business supporters, which is what you are in your organization, an offering to come on the radio show. And I will tell you, one of the few, the proud, you said yes, and you took the initiative to come on. So I'm pleased to have you.
I'm very excited.
It's good. So listen, why don't you tell my audience a little bit about yourself, about and the company that you work for.
Okay. My name is Sandra Caravano. I work at Signature Parent Properties. I am part of the Padre team. I've been doing real estate for about 6 years. And the main reason I got into the industry was I was once a first-time home buyer, and I didn't have such a great experience in that respect. So I had a goal that anyone that I came across that was looking to buy a home, I would give them steps that I had to follow in order to buy one.
That's awesome. Because again, it's, you're like, oh, I'll just buy a home, but there's so many things that you need to know when you buy a home, and it's really intimidating, especially being a first-time home buyer. Not everybody's young, but we're all inexperienced because it's not something that you've ever done before. So tell my audience a little bit about steps that you take or how you help people.
Basically, I try to educate them. So when you're looking to buy a home, the first thing is, I want that house. But there's steps in order to do that. You have to figure out, one, if you're ready to find a house. If you have your budget, you have it in your budget. Everyone has different goals, different locations they're looking for. It's very important to have the proper team in your corner to help you. It's almost like baking a cake. If you don't have the proper ingredients, the cake's not going to rise. If you don't have the proper team helping you navigate step by step of what you need to do with the home buying process, it's going to be very stressful for you. You're going to get frustrated and overwhelmed. My experience, when I first started looking for a home, we signed on with an agent, thought we were going to get the guidance. We were clueless. We had no idea what we were doing. Unfortunately, the agent's like, just go on the Penny Saver or the Yankee Trader. I'm older than a lot of listeners. I'm older than a lot of listeners. Back then, you went through a newspaper, somebody had a for sale by owner sign in the paper, you went down, you called, and you looked at the house. Nowadays, it's great. You can go online, click a button, there's all the information about a house. Our agent said, go look for a house, and when you find it, call me, and then we'll set up an interview for it. Okay, found a house. What do I do next? You got to get a mortgage now. Okay, what do I call? I know, find a mortgage lender. As a first-time home buyer, you have no idea who to call.
Right.
My job, and why I take such pride and passion in what I do, I will suggest someone to you that I am familiar with, that I know is going to be in your corner, step by step of the way, to help you get pre-qualified for a mortgage. Then you have the layer of the cake already started. Then we go out and we start looking at different things, what your needs are, what your wants are, what you can live with and you can live without. Find that property, then we go to the next step. We negotiate what you can afford. 9 times out of 10, someone overbids on something that they can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? What am I going to do now? So my goal and my passion is not just to sell a house to somebody, but to build a long-time relationship with them, a partnership with them, to help them through the whole process where they feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm. That's an important thing, what you said, that, directing people to the professionals. Because again, they're green to it. They're not sure. And the fact that it's somebody, most people will say, well, listen, Sandra, so who do you know? Like, people want to work with people that they know, other people have had experience with, and that they know they're going to have a good job. Like, picking somebody out of the penny saver sometimes is a tough thing because you just don't know. I mean, at least you're going to give somebody that has a high caliber of knowledge of what they need.
And it's not even so much the financial aspect of it. We set up a team. Say we met. You found me on social media or somewhere. We're going to sit down. We're going to have a buyer's consultation. We're going to have a cup of coffee in a nice neutral setting. And I'm going to go over step by step with you. This is what we need to start with. This is the team. Here's an attorney that you can work with. Here's a lender. There's an inspector you're going to need. All the different networks that you have, and every person that's involved in this is going to be there with you from step by step. No one just walks in like, okay, well, let me know this. No. Everything's a team.
Mm-hmm.
Every client of mine becomes part of my family. That's my passion for it.
That's great, yeah. And again, working in a team approach too, it's like everybody kind of knows, and they have the communication, they know what the other person's doing. It's not like sometimes where, you have to go, well, what's that person? Oh, I don't know what they did. You have that cohesiveness. So that's really important.
It is, and it's important. As an agent, a lot of agents don't work on a team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fortunate, Signature Properties is a great brokerage. And I'm fortunate to work on a great team. I'm part of the Padro team. Our team lead is phenomenal, Jose Padro, and he's there. And if you have a question with something, he tries to help. He tries to assist the client too. If there's something I don't know, I'll find the answer for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very fortunate and blessed in that respect in the industry.
That's great. Now, where is your office located?
It's in Bayshore, 94 West Main Street in Bayshore, New York.
And if people want to reach out to you, what's the number?
They can call myself, 516-313-8576.
Okay. So you go through this process, and what are some of the experiences that you've had with a first-time home buyer?
So my very first ever client was a young couple. They were in their early 20s, and they had a very limited budget. They weren't sure of the process. They had a small child with them. And we went and we saw a number of different houses. And they had high expectations. We want 5 bedrooms, we want a swimming pool, and at that time, it wasn't realistic. That wasn't realistic, and the market wasn't very good. And we saw a lot of houses. We saw, at midnight, we were walking in houses with flashlights at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we found them their house. Something 3 bedroom, 1 bath. They grew in their family there. They have 3 children. And that was 6 years ago. They referred a number of clients to me. The client I'm working with now, first-time home buyer. They love the experience I had with them. I have a tradition. I give every client a new ornament every year that they're in their home.
Mm-hmm. And
I built that connection with them. And they referred someone to me and entrusted me with that first-time home buyer now. And we're going through the same process. And I'm ecstatic for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. And again, it's building those relationships that really makes a difference. And if you have a good working relationship and people know that you've done a good job, and that's just going to be a testament to you, and people will come, to do business with you because they know you get the job done.
No, it's an uphill thing. It's like an amusement park. You're on a roller coaster. It goes up and down and up and down. The market goes up and down. Mm-hmm. The client pool goes up and down. But if you go into it as a first-time home buyer and you follow the first steps, and the first step is going to be, let me figure out what I can afford. And then take it from there, and then you talk.
And that's good that you give that you've got to really set the stage for that, because you want your first time purchase to be a very happy one, and not something that becomes happy and then very stressful because it's something you can't afford. So, but we're going into the break, please stay tuned with Sandra Caravano from Signature Properties, and you're listening to the Financial Chick Show. I am here to help you look for solutions when you feel like there are none. Feel free to contact me at 631-758-8691. Like I said, we're going to come back, we're going to talk more about real estate. We're going to talk about the state of the real estate market and what are some things that you think, and that's something we all don't know. So stay tuned, we got a lot more.
How was it?
Good.
Was I okay? Was it talking to kids?
No, very good. No, it's good.
Oh, Jesus.
How do you feel? You got 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll see, like,
I did good?
see, she's killing it. So the clock, so the second half, we got about 10 minutes
All
to
right, so
go
what are we
through.
going to do now?
So we could talk about, like the state of the real estate market. If you have any other, like, stories, like people that you work with, we could talk about that.
Let's think. I'm going to think about it.
It's all good. See, it's easy. It's just like we're hanging out.
We're hanging out.
Got a water. We don't have, an alcoholic beverage or coffee, but.
Yeah, what happens to choosing a lender and offers and stuff like that? We just told the basics.
I will say, as the time goes, like I said, we have 10 minutes, so you can be able to do some of that as well. For sure.
The market is
If you don't
shifting.
do it all,
The market is shifting. Is what it is. The market is shifting.
I think that's a good thing to discuss, So, did you just sell in New York, or?
Yeah. I want to get my Florida license. I do. I do. It's
Just
just
a lot of New York.
a matter of
people
time.
doing it.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
I don't do. I had an investor who wants me to help him find something in Queens,
Okay.
and I'm not familiar with Queens.
Right. Well, at least you're honest, right? I mean, you can go there and fake it till you make it, but that may not be
No, it's
the
not
most
beneficial to
comforting.
the client.
Right. It's not beneficial to you either. It becomes more stressful, and you want to stick with what you know and what you're good at.
Jeez Louise.
Welcome back. This is Denise Snow from the Financial Chick. My company's in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all those changes. Today, I'm delighted to have a guest in the studio with me. I am with Sandra Caravano. She's a real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. So welcome again on the second half of the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here, Denise.
I'm so pleased to have you. You're giving a lot of great information to my listeners. So we talked a little bit before the break about first-time home buyers and buying their first home and having more of like a team approach. And there were some other things that you could possibly talk about, like finding lenders, if you want to address some of those
Absolutely.
areas.
Definitely. So I'm very fortunate enough to work with a lender nationwide. And there are a lot of different options, which a lot of first-time home buyers don't realize. Some people that may not have a W-2 and they say they own their own business, there are a lot of different programs that Nationwide provides to them to help them get pre-qualified for a mortgage. There's a lot of different grants out there.
Mm-hmm. So that's really good information.
Yes.
That affects a lot of people.
Because a lot of people think, oh, well, I have my own business, I'm not going to qualify. My bank told me I can't qualify. There are other lenders out there that can help you achieve the goals that you're looking for.
There are a lot of people, what's their first go-to is, I'll go to my credit union or I'll go to my bank, but there's other alternatives.
There are a
People can
lot of
utilize.
alternatives. There are a lot of alternatives along Long Island. There's the home lending process where you would have to apply for a grant there, depending on your income. but there are other options that you can achieve.
So when you say grant, what is that? What does that mean?
There's a grant that's provided usually through the state.
Okay.
You would have to provide your W-2, whatever you're making, to see if you qualify for it. And those types of grants, sometimes you have to pay them back.
Okay.
So you can definitely speak with the lender about that. Chase Financial does a lot of different things with that as well.
Is that usually just for the first-time home buyer?
No, not necessarily for
So it's just for anybody?
For anybody.
Okay, all right.
For anybody. It's just very important when you're starting the process to get yourself educated. So speak with a mortgage lender, speak with a real estate agent. Even if you're not ready to buy now, you may want to buy in 4 months from now. It's always important to have that initial consultation. This way you see where you stand, what you may need to put down on a house, what your goals are, what locations you want, if it's even the right fit for you. Some people may not want a house, they may want a condo, they may want a co-op. There are all different alternatives for you, and it's my job to help educate you with the home buying process, and I can set you up with someone who can educate you in the financial aspect of it, as well as the legal aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. So, is there any, and I'm not sure if you know this, but I just popped in my head, any like programs out there for first-time home buyers? Because work with a lot of young people and stuff like that. And, like I know that was usually a thing. Is that kind of prominent these days, or not so much?
There are.
Okay.
If anyone is interested in, or you're unsure if you want to buy, Nationwide Financial has a lot of different grants for you that can help you with first-time home buyers. You don't have to qualify for it,
Sure.
but there are a lot of different things for first-time home buyers.
All right. Well, that's good to know. And again, it's very challenging today for young adults, really not even just young adults, but for a lot of people to buy a home because of interest rates being up and the prices being higher. But what would you say? What do you see in terms of the real estate market, in terms of where we're going? Where do we go from here?
My prediction is that it's going to shift within the next couple of months, I think, and it's going to become a buyer's market more than it is a seller's market right now.
Okay.
So a lot of homes that inventory's low. So if you see a house in a certain town, you're going to tend to bid a lot higher than the value of the house because you want that location, you want that school district. I think it's going to shift in 2026, and it's going to be a buyer's market. There's going to be much more inventory. So get ready, agents. You're going to be taking the buyers out to see more homes than you're doing now. But I think it'll be more beneficial to the buyer and finding something they can afford.
Well, like you said, it is like a roller coaster, right? So it's just, the market goes up. We were talking a little bit before, during the break, about market goes down, right? That, people buy sometimes at these high rates, they get a mortgage, and then if the house prices fall, they get into a quandary at that point. So
And it's really important.
challenging.
It's very important because of what's happening, and I'm seeing it. I've seen it with other clients. They want a particular property. They're overbidding the asking price. And then what's ended up happening is the home isn't appraising for it. So a lot of clients are waiving their appraisal fee, the appraisal. And then when it comes time, 10 years from now, you're losing equity on the house.
So what happens? So like, explain that a little bit of how that works.
So what happens is, say you find a house for $890,000, and it only appraises for $830,000. You'll get the loan for the amount of the difference from what I've had for clients. And then you're losing equity on what the value of the house is because it could drop down 5-10 years from now,
Gotcha.
less than what you've actually paid for it. So you end up losing equity on the property.
Right. But see, people will do it because they want what they want,
They
especially
want
on Long Island.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's changing. The home market is crazy right now. But I love what I do. I have a passion for it, and want to make everyone's experience memorable and stress-free. I'm there all the time, step by step, every process. And a question, even if you're not ready to buy right now, have that buyer's consultation. Let's see where you stand. And then we can take it from there. 4 months, 6 months. Before I came on the show, I was on a prospective client called, and she's like, oh, my son's not ready right now, not until August. Okay. And then he's going to get his quick qualification. Well, let's have a conversation. let's see what he's looking for. I know he has his lender, but let's see, what steps he needs to take once we get to that point. Let's meet in person. Have a cup of coffee. Be informal.
Mhm.
Just to see what you're looking at. What you think you want, and we could prospect. Not necessarily we're going to go see something, but at least we know what starting point we're going to be at. And then August, September, we go out looking. We get your pre-qualification, we get you in the house.
And that's the most exciting thing. And again, in the end, it still makes a whole lot of sense to own versus renting. I think you would probably agree, right?
Yes, definitely.
So that's a great thing. So people need that hand holding. They really do, because it's something that they don't do all the time. And it's a transaction that you don't do frequently. I mean, we don't know the serial movers that move every year. Maybe there's some, but it's something that you don't do often. And even if you did it several years back, you may be selling right now, but things change in the marketplace too.
But the key thing, and I learned from my experience from buying a house, you have to have patience. It will come. It may not come today, it may not come tomorrow, but it will come. You have to have patience. It's frustrating. You can get frustrated.
Yeah.
But there are the resources to help you. You do have, I'm there to answer any questions. You have your lender to help you, your attorney. That's why it's very important to have that team in place. We meet for a consultation. I'm going to give you the name of a lender if you need one. I'm going to give you the name of an attorney, an inspector. This way, when we do find that property, the team's already in place.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes the transaction go a lot smoother.
It's important. Absolutely.
And I'm going to answer my phone. You call me at 7 o'clock at night, I'm going to answer my phone. You're going to text me about something, it could be 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to answer my phone.
That's a huge thing too. Because a lot of people don't,
I think of my clients as family.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a matter of move on to the next transaction. It's partnership, always.
Mm-hmm. And that's what sets you aside. So before let's see how quick it goes. So give everybody your information again if they want to reach out to you. Sandra.
Absolutely. So it's Sandra Caravano, Signature Premier Properties. My cell number is 516-313-8576. You can follow me on Instagram, Sandra_real estate agent. And I hope to hear from you with any questions.
Well, this was a great show. A lot of
Thank you
fabulous.
for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. But a lot of great information. I'm sure everybody learned a lot, whether you're buying your first home or maybe buying your fifth home. Because again, things change, and you got to be in the
help
game.
you with all the processes. And next time I'm on the show, we'll talk about selling your home.
Oh, look at that! See, we already got it. We got the next show going on. Oh, this is wonderful.
Thank you so much again.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Sandra. So thank you all for tuning in today. Remember to do better and be better. Take care for now, and I look forward to being with you again next Friday. And that's a wrap, girl. All right, before we
How was I?
You did. Oh, let me shut this down here.
Am I still recording?
Take care, Facebook. Have a good
Bye.
one. Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Can you crop that?